There was a man who had 2 sons, and the younger of him said to his father, "Father, give me the share of property that is coming to me." And so he divided his property between them. Not many days later, the younger son gathered all he had, and he took a journey into a far country. And there he squandered his property in reckless living. And when he had spent everything, a severe famine arose in that country, and he began to be in need. And so he went and hired himself out to one of the citizens of that country, who sent him into his fields to feed pigs. And he was longing to be fed with the pods that the pigs ate, but no one gave him anything. But when he came to himself, he said, "How many of my father's hired servants have more than enough bread, but I perish here with hunger? I will arise and go to my father and say to him, 'Father, I have sinned against heaven and before you. I'm no longer worthy to be called your son. Treat me as one of your hired servants.' And so he arose and he came to his father. But while he was still a long way off, his father saw him and felt compassion and ran out toward him and embraced him and kissed him. And the son said to him, 'Father, I have sinned against heaven and before you, and I'm no longer worthy to be called your son.' But the father said to his servants, 'Bring quickly the best robe and put it on him, and put a ring on his hand and shoes on his feet. And bring the fattened calf and kill it. And let us eat and celebrate. For this my son was dead and is alive again. He was lost, but now is found.' And so they began to celebrate." Is there any more beautiful story in the Bible? Is there any greater, better news for you and me? For I too was once a prodigal, but I came home. Would you please be seated? It seems to me when you look at this issue of prodigals that there are 3 groups of prodigals. So I'd like to share them with you. Group number 1 are those who are prodigals. I know that I'm talking to you this morning. Our world is so filled with prodigals. They're all around us. They are best friends. They're our sons and daughters. They're our neighbors. They're people we go to church with. They're you and me. So group number 1 of prodigals, there are those who are prodigals. Number 2, there are those who were prodigals. You're looking at one. no question in my mind that I was a prodigal. Someone told me one time, that's why I left Africa and moved to America, so I could start all over again. That's not exactly true. But I'm going to tell you that there are many people who were. I would submit to you today that you can gather any group anywhere, and it would be certainly sure that you are going to find many, many people who would say, yep, I was a prodigal. You are thinking right now back. You're looking back. Sometime in your life, might even be as recently as a week ago. I don't know. It might be 50 years ago. But you were a prodigal. There's a third group of prodigals. And that's the group who may be. You know that baby that was just born? That's who I'm talking about. Jesus didn't tell us this because he just wanted to share a very nice story with a group of people. Jesus told us about this prodigal because he knew what was in the heart of people. He knows us. He's our Heavenly Father. He made you. Every bit of you, every bit of me. And He loves us very much.